welcome to the deep dive. We're here to give you that shortcut to being genuinely well-informed without all the noise. Today, we're diving into something pretty interesting, actually the global chiropractic market. Our goal, pull out the key insights, the surprising stuff from the sources you've shared, give you a clear view of this market, where it is now and where it seems to be heading.
Right. And the main source we're digging into today is excerpts from a report by Cognitive Market Research. It's called Global Chiropractic Market, Trends and Projections 2021-2033. So it gives us a solid base with 2021 data, looks ahead to 2025, and then forecasts right out to 2033. Plus, it includes those compound annual growth rates, the CAGRs. And just quickly, for anyone maybe less familiar, CAGR gives you that average annual growth over time, smooths things out, shows the underlying trend,
Okay, got it. So let's unpack this. Where do we start? Big picture first, global overview, what's the baseline, and where are we going?
Globally, yeah. So in 2021, sales revenue was $11,147.4 million, just over $1 billion. By 2025, that's projected to climb to $1,837 million. And then the forecast for 2033 is $4,708.66 million.
Wow.
Yeah, nearly quadrupling from that 2021 number. And the global CAGR, 12.486%. Pretty significant.
Quadrupling, that's quite a jump, isn't it, over just about a decade? So where's this growth really coming from? Is it spread out or are there hot spots? Let's zoom in a bit, maybe start with the regions. How about North America? What's the data telling us there? Big market, presumably.
Definitely a major player. North America brought in $470.434 million back in 2021. That's expected to grow to $741.23 million by 2025. And the 2033 forecast is $1,841.08 million, so more than tripling as well. The regional CAGR there is 12.044%, very strong.
Okay, and within North America, U.S., Canada, Mexico.
Right. So the U.S. is the biggest chunk, obviously. $392.8 million in 2021, heading towards over $1.5 billion by 2033. That's an 11.921% CAGR.
Right.
But Canada, this is interesting, Canada's CAGR is actually slightly higher. It was $42.8 million in 2021, projected to hit $184 million by 2033, going at 12.943%.
Faster than the U.S. then?
Marginally, yeah, but noticeable. Suggests maybe faster adoption or integration there, perhaps.
And Mexico.
Mexico's also showing strong growth. $34.8 million in 2021, forecasted to reach $139 million by 2033, a solid 12.25% CAGR. So North America overall is a huge part of the global picture, clearly, and still growing very consistently.
Europe's interesting. The total market size was smaller to start with, $275.376 million in 2021, but it's projected to grow significantly too, reaching $431.695 million by 2025, and then over $1 billion, $1,073.57 million by 2033. The overall European CAGR is 12.062%, so very much in line with North America, actually.
And within Europe. Any standouts? Yeah, there's quite a range. Germany is a real leader here. $55.6 million in 2021, projected to hit almost $233 million by 2033. Its CAGR is the highest in Europe that we have specifics for, 12.793%.
Okay, Germany is strong.
Definitely. Then you have the UK, France, Spain, Sweden, all showing good growth, mostly around the 11.5% to 12.4% CAGR mark. Yeah. Italy is a bit lower at 11.6%, Switzerland around 11.4%, Russia, that's the lowest specified one here, at 10.723% CAGR, still growing, but slower than others in the region.
And the smaller countries? Denmark, Luxembourg?
Denmark's at 11.669%, Luxembourg a little lower at 10.8%, and then the rest of Europe category is growing at about 12.1%. So yeah, widespread growth, but Germany's really pushing the average up.
Okay, that makes sense. Now, this is where you mentioned it gets really interesting. Asia Pacific, known for dynamic growth in lots of sectors. What's the story here?
Yeah, APAC is definitely where the headline growth rate is. The region started at $260.46 million in 2021. It's projected to hit $432.6 million by 2025. And then it surges to $1,196 million by 2033. That's, well, it overtakes Europe in projected size. And the regional CAGR, a very impressive 13.554%, highest of all regions.
Wow, 13.5%. Okay, so which countries are driving that? China? India?
Exactly. Both are huge contributors. China was about $80.5 million in 2021, projected to grow to $377 million by 2033. That's a 13.758% CAGR. But India's growth rate is phenomenal. It started smaller, 36.468%, but it's projected to explode to nearly $183 million by 2033. The CAGR there is 14.468%. Why such rapid growth in India, do we know?
The report points to a few things, like rising incomes, a growing middle class focusing more on health and wellness, maybe dissatisfaction with some traditional options, and just increasing awareness of chiropractic itself, plus, a large, relatively young population.
Makes sense. And other parts of APAC. Yeah, strong growth elsewhere too. Japan's growing at 12.8%, South Korea nearly 12.9%, and look at Singapore 13.8% CAGR. Southeast Asia as a whole 14.4%, almost matching India's rate.
Incredible.
Even Australia, more mature market perhaps, is
Yeah.
still growing at 12.2%, Taiwan at 13%. It's just really strong across the board in that region.
Okay, so APAC is definitely the growth leader. Let's pivot south now, South America. What are we seeing there? Vibrant markets, but how's chiropractic fitting in?
South America is also showing really robust growth. The region started at $69.991 million in 2021, projected to hit $113.5 million by 2025, and then nearly $298 million, $297.681 million to be exact by 2033.
Is it
The regional TGR is strong to 12.806%.
And within South America, Brazil must be significant.
Brazil is the largest market, yes, expected to reach about $114 million by 2033 with a 12.666% CAGR. But Argentina, interestingly, has the highest growth rate in the region. It's projected at 13.359% CAGR.
Higher than Brazil.
Yeah, slightly higher growth rate. Colombia's around 12.3%, Peru 12.5%, Chile just over 13%. So again, pretty consistent, strong growth across the key economies there.
Okay. Moving across the globe again, the Middle East. How does it compare?
The Middle East is also part of this strong global trend. From $40.159 million in 2021, it's expected to reach $65.1 million by 2025, and then $170.3 million by 2033. The key AGR for the region is 12.767%, so right in that strong double-digit range.
Any countries leading the charge there?
The UAE actually shows the highest CAGR in the Middle East at 13.666%. Small market to start, just $5 million in 2021, but projected to hit nearly $23.6 million. Turkey is also growing fast, almost 13.1% CAGR. Saudi Arabia is the largest market, growing at about 12.8%. Egypt slightly lower at 12.3%. Qatar at 12.4%. So similar story, broad growth, with some like the UAE really accelerating.
Right. And finally, let's round this out with Africa. What's the picture there? Healthcare infrastructure is developing. Is chiropractic growing alongside that?
It is, absolutely. Africa's market, while the smallest regionally, is still showing significant growth. Started at $30.98 million in 2021, projected to reach $52.8 million by 2025, and then $130 million by 2033. The regional CAGR is 11.919%, so still very healthy double-digit growth.
Then within Africa, key countries.
South Africa is the largest market and also shows the highest CAGR in the region, nearly 12.5%, projected to reach almost $60 million by 2033. Nigeria is also growing well, over 12.2% CAGR. The rest of Africa category grows a bit slower, around 11.2%, but still positive. So if we kind of connect all these regional dots, what really stands out is just how universal this growth is. Yes, Asia Pacific has the highest rate of growth at 13.5%, but honestly, every single region is showing KGRs between roughly 11.9% and 13.6%. That's remarkably consistent global expansion.
That's a great summary point. So the big takeaway here is, well, this isn't just pockets of growth. The global chiropractic market is seeing this really substantial broad surge predicted right through to 2033. Impressive KGRs everywhere.
Exactly. It points towards a real global shift, not just a regional fad. And that brings up a really important question, I think, for you listening. What could be driving such consistent growth around the whole world? Is it, a fundamental change in how people view healthcare, maybe a bigger move towards non-drug interventions, or is it just becoming more known, more accessible, better insurance coverage maybe?
That's the key question, isn't it? So what does this all mean for you thinking about this? If you chew on these numbers, maybe consider those bigger factors. What societal shifts, what healthcare trends could be fueling this really widespread demand for chiropractic care? And what might these growth figures tell us, perhaps, about changing attitudes globally towards wellness, towards preventative care, and maybe the future of health interventions overall? Something to think about. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive today. We hope it helps you stay informed, quickly, but also thoroughly.